Is the US government about to start using and utilizing Cardano? Yes, that is what we're going to be talking about in this video, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be looking at where this has all stemmed from. And for now, as far as I'm aware, it is a rumor, somewhat speculation. However, and what you'll find throughout the course of this video is I don't think it's too far out of the realms of possibilities. Certainly, on the back end of a Trump victory and some of the things we've seen since then, like the founding of an organization called Doge, headed by none other than Elon Musk. And we know Trump's caliber towards the cryptocurrency space, being a very friendly one. He's also potentially announced or proposed, and there's rumors of this also, that he's going to eliminate capital gains tax made on cryptocurrencies that are essentially derived from US companies. There's a lot going on. We're going to unpack it. We wanted to do a specific Cardano video. The last time that we sort of looked into Cardano, we looked at essentially we looked at what Charles Hoskinson said in his live stream, where he spoke about how he'd be going and playing a role in policy making in relation to the US government. But this is where all of this rumors have started from. This is an individual called Duo9, who is essentially retweeting, this is where I first found it, a tweet from an individual called Sean. Now, Sean apparently, and I can't verify any of this, I'm not saying he's not, I don't know, is a member of the World Economic Forum, the WEF. He's the UN VP, or he is a UN VP, and he has a number of other accolades, like being an ex-Oracle and Datadog HQ individual, and he's a Harvard certified, etc., etc., etc. And he tweeted, breaking: President Trump and the up-and-coming Department of Government Efficiency, also known as Doge, headed by Elon Musk, you can't make this stuff up, are exploring a federal blockchain-based election voting and identity verification system. Now, to pause here, this is very likely coming. We know that and if you look, it's very interesting, where they didn't use voter ID, actually they did a lot better for Harris than they did. There's a whole thing here in regards to Trump, his administration very much scrutinizing the voting process in regards to some of the legitimacy of it, relating to voter ID and you know, all of these kind of things. And so it's very likely you're going to have a blockchain-based solution because it's perfect for that when it comes to voting. And also, of course, identity is going to be, you're going to have a digital identity for a number of reasons. Not only is it far more scalable, trackable, provable, it's also a lot more sort of actually private when it comes to the ways you can roll things up with ZK rollups and things like this. So the context of this in regards to President Trump and the Department of Efficiency exploring a federal blockchain-based voting and identity verification system are actually quite plausible, in my opinion. The next part is what I think we have no confirmation of, and that is largely a rumor, and that is, according to a source familiar with the matter, the system will be built in partnership between X, which has always had ambitions. Elon Musk has been very vocal about them. He started a platform called X a long time ago that was supposed to be a payments platform. He's always had big ambitions for X. Far more than just a social media platform. A financial platform, as well as a political, social one also. Cardano, Hyperledger, and Hedera. Interestingly, Charles was just at SpaceX. There's some dots we're going to add up here. Now, I'm a big fan of Hedera, big fan of Cardano. So much so that we've been enabling a Cardano stake pool since 2021. If you guys are looking for a Cardano stake pool to stake with, ALLIN, stake with us. We've been consistently sort of helping the network and decentralizing it and running it. We might look to do some DREP stuff, and we might look for some sort of people to come on board and help us with that in regards to building a community around the stake pool and having a say. And obviously, Hyperledger we also are familiar with. Legislation will federally require all states to implement the e-vote platform to ensure election integrity across all of the United States. According to a source, President Trump insists on implementing a system of eliminating voter fraud as he fears foul play in 2028. Hedera has already been recognized by the State Department and White House for their commitment to an average democracy. Now, I actually asked where the source of this was, and you can see the replies. There wasn't really any confirmation. Some people essentially highlighting the fact that Cardano is perfect for this. Charles Hoskinson talked about this for years. Great to see it becoming a reality. He has spoken about this for years. And actually, if you go to Charles Hoskinson's page, he recently retweeted this on the 9th of November. Cardano is a decentralized ecosystem of blockchain technology, smart contracts, and community governance committed to improving economic, political, and social systems for everyone, everywhere. By offering foundational infrastructure, we empower individuals and communities to manage their identity, value, and governance, fostering the emergence of decentralized applications, businesses, and network states. I am trying. So what do we know? Let's talk about what we know. We know that it's very likely that you are going to have some sort of blockchain interaction when it comes to voting. It might not be 2028, it might be in the future. It will happen. And there's going to be a blockchain identity system. We know that Trump is very zealous towards the crypto space in a positive manner. So much so that he's just enacted the new Department of Doge, standing for the Department of Government Efficiency, headed by Elon Musk. This was an interesting tweet reposted by Charles Hoskinson. Absolutely would be interesting to hear recommendations for roles in the new administration for consideration by the president. A small or a band of small government revolutionaries will save our nation. It's the only way. Very interestingly also, sorry about that, guys. Trump also has recently potentially proposed to eliminate all capital gains tax on cryptocurrencies issued in the US. Now, this really shows his zealousness towards the cryptocurrency space in a very positive manner and making sure that it maintains a dominancy in regards to the arms race that it is. It's not just Bitcoin. As Bitcoin becomes a national or a global store of value and widely used, there's a fight for it that's going to occur. There's a fight for the holding of it and the network that's going to occur. The same thing is going to apply to these decentralized global operating systems like Cardano, potentially. And what we're getting is we have a lot of confirmation. Obviously, the Department of Justice, Elon Musk himself, or Department of Justice, Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, is an official thing headed by Elon Musk. Charles Hoskinson was actually literally just the other day saying that he had to go to some meetings and that he's going to be working on legislation. And this was a post from yesterday. It was a good day. So, there's a lot of interesting things happening. Nothing is official until it's official. However, I think there's a very high likelihood that you're going to end up with an e-voting kind of system and a identity system on the blockchain. Makes simple sense. On top of many other things. We don't know who's going to play a role in that, and it's not been officially announced yet. Just an anonymous source based on some individual's Twitter. I'm not bashing the individual. I don't know. I'm just saying there's no source being put forward. But we know that Cardano or Charles is certainly going to play a role, and that's come out of his own mouth in regards to enabling cryptocurrencies in the United States and championing them and ensuring their success. We know that he's recently with SpaceX, Elon Musk's company, that's recently been given an agency called Doge, headed by himself, by Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is talking potentially, and this is proposed, not official, about eliminating capital gains on US-based crypto companies, which, of course, Charles Hoskinson, Cardano essentially is, even though it was launched in Japan, etc., etc. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. I kind of feel like I'm going to wake up at some point and go back to the kind of Stockholm-esque environment that we were living in post-Trump's win. However, there's so much crazy stuff coming out. I wouldn't write this off as just a nothing burger. There's the potential for this. I think the individual is probably just speculating. But one thing that we have seen is Cardano's price do very, very well. Obviously on the back end of breaking out of that falling wedge that we looked at. Let's pull it up. And we did say there was some more juice to get squeezed out of this lemon. 13% up today. It still hasn't made its falling wedge target. I think Dogecoin is Doge and Shiba, some of the only two that really have done and gone ahead and made those targets. Yeah, you can see Doge. Cardano's likely got something like this ahead of it, and still further continuation. And I think a lot of this is on the back end of some of the kind of rumors that we're hearing in relation to all this, and we just sort of wanted to update you on it. We think there's higher prices for Cardano still to come. In regards to its cycle, it's still very much just basing. This is likely just the first move of this bull market, and there's a long sort of trajectory ahead of it. But I want to know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. What do you think about all this? Is this just a rumor, or is this a potential reality? That's it from me, ladies and gents. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Thanks for watching. See you all in the next one. Have a fabulous Friday. Stay safe out there.